Hey everybody, Jonathan here. I'm back with another dive story. And this time I want to tell you about a little adventure that I had about 20 years ago in Dominica. So Dominica is an island in the Caribbean, and it's famous for a few things in the diving world, but one of the biggest one is that it has a year-round population of sperm whales. And actually in our very first season of Blue World, we went to Dominica to film some sperm whales. So that was part of the pilot episode. So it's one of our 3 oldest segments. And it's a pretty awesome adventure. But one time that I was down there, we went out on a whale watch, and it was just to go look at whales. We weren't gonna go diving with them. And of course, nowadays you need a permit to do this, to dive with them. But back in the day, you didn't. You could just go out and jump off the boat. So we were out with a bunch of friends, just on a whale watch, looking for whales, and we were gonna go see them. And I had on the boat my Nikonos 5 camera. So this is going back to the film days. This is a 35 millimeter still camera, and with a 15 millimeter lens, very nice lens. You can get 36 shots out of one of these babies in a roll. And I had it on the boat just in case there was a sperm whale that came over to the boat. Like, I could just lean over the side and put this underwater and maybe take a couple pictures. I wasn't really set up to be in the water because we were with a bunch of friends that didn't dive, and it was just a whale watch. So we got out there, and what normally happens is you kind of drive up to the whales and they'll take a look at the boat and then they swim away. You wouldn't get very close with a boat to a sperm whale. They're not really into it. So this one particular time, we found a bunch of whales in the distance, and we drove up very slowly. And most of them dove, but one of them was just sort of laying there. And we weren't sure what was going on, but it was a pretty small whale. Definitely not an adult. It was maybe not a baby, but still, you know, a juvenile, and about, I don't know, probably 12 feet long, maybe 14 feet long, about this big around. I mean, pretty, still for me, a big animal, but by whale standards, kind of a small one. And it was just laying there, and we came to the conclusion that it was actually sleeping. So, you know, I looked around and everybody's thinking the same thing, you know, this whale's just sleeping, like maybe we should try to get in with it and get a picture. So I rummaged around the boat, and there was one mask on the boat. No snorkel, no fins, just the captain happened to have a mask somewhere down, stuffed in a cubby. So I got this mask, and I got my Nikonos. I put the mask on, and I slipped into the water as quietly as I could so I wouldn't disturb the animal. And it was sound asleep. It was just floating at the surface, just gently floating with its eyes closed, just hanging there. And it was still asleep when I got in. I got in so quietly that I didn't wake the whale up. So I ever so gently swam over, super quiet like. And I was like, this is gonna be a cool shot. And I took my Nikonos and I lined up the shot. Oh, gotta make this one count because the whale's not swimming away. It's in the perfect position. All I gotta do is line up the perfect shot, and then I gently squeezed the trigger. And I got the greatest reaction. The minute that the shutter went click, the whale woke up. It was like, and it looked right at me. And I was thinking, uh-oh, I scared it. It's gonna freak out and swim away. But there was a moment where I could see the gears turning, the whale is thinking, and then the whale said, I'm gonna go check this guy out. And it swam over and basically swam right up and put its head on my chest and was just sort of rubbing against me. And I sort of started just sort of rubbing his nose, and this whale was really engaged. And I'm trying to get more pictures. I'm trying to back up, it's right there. It's like too close. And I'm trying to swim backwards and like take a picture and swim backwards and take a picture. And this whale just thought I was the greatest, like, entertaining thing to hang around with. And pretty soon, of course, I was out of film. So I had to go back in the boat and change film. I had more film in the boat. So I was like, all right. I got out, so I swam back to the boat, and I got out, and I handed the mask to my wife, Christine, and she put it on, and she hopped in the water, and she swam with the whale, and everybody on the boat took a turn snorkeling with this baby sperm whale. And the whale was completely into it, not scared, rubbing against everybody, and just sort of hanging out, having a good time. Then what happened that was really interesting is Mom came back. So what happens with sperm whales is that the adults feed way down deep. Like, they go down thousands of feet to feed on giant squid. But the babies can't dive that deep. So what'll happen is the juveniles will kind of hang out at the surface and take a nap while Mom goes down and feeds, and then she'll come back and she'll nurse the baby. Yes, they actually can feed them milk in the water, which is a very interesting thing to see. And so what happened was Mom came back, and there's a couple of us in the water, and all of a sudden you hear furious clicking. There was a click, 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 and you could imagine the conversation, right? You can imagine Mom's going,
"What are you doing? You should stay away from those people. You can't trust them. They might have harpoons. We gotta go. I can't believe you. I left you alone for 10 minutes and you're playing with the humans."
And you can just imagine the calf being like,
"Sorry."
So Mom leads the calf away, and the calf was swimming away after, still getting yelled at, I'm sure. And then they both dove, and as they swam away and they dove, and this is 100% true, the calf put its fluke up in the air and wiggled it like it was waving to us, and then it swam away. So I am convinced that somewhere in the ocean there is a relatively large sperm whale by now that has a very good childhood memory of hanging out with a couple of humans with these little cameras that go click, click, click. And the second picture I took, so the first picture, the whale woke up, and then the second picture I took with its eyes open is literally one of my top 5 favorite pictures of my life. It is just one of my best images. I have a huge print of it hanging in my house. So I will never, ever forget that incredible moment. It was a pretty amazing moment in the sea. And things like that do not happen very often, even to someone that's in the water a lot. That's very, very rare. And that's today's dive story. I have some more. I've told all the good ones, I think. I don't know, I might be running out, but I'll keep diving and maybe we'll come up with something new. Until the next time, thanks for watching.
Hey everyone! Thanks for watching our latest episode all the way to the end. Hit that subscribe button now so you won't miss our next episode.